Hmm. Hello, friend. This is David Newby, founder of LegacyBuilders.co. Wanted to share something, really interesting experience that I had in the last 24 hours, and it related to my parents, the holidays, and crying over a song that I heard, which does not happen very often. I had quite a lot of frustrating experiences the last few days. We all do every day in life. But I noticed the other day I was really tempted to, last night specifically, like just cuss somebody out or throw something through a window or break something. I was just really mad. So I've been studying morning routines and the Momentum Planner from Alex Charfen. And Tim Ferriss has interviewed several hundred top world-class performers. He talks to a lot of them about their morning routine. So I've learned a few things that work for me. I like to do the Wim Hof breathing technique. Like to work out, get the blood flowing. So last night I was getting angrier and angrier about some frustrations I had with my work. So I first did some push-ups to get that energy out of my system. Then I ate. Maybe being hungry and not having eaten all day played a part of that. Then I prayed. Then I wrote down the things that were frustrating me and dealt with them productively. And the Momentum Planner system of Alex Charfen really helped me with that, just to write down where I need help at the end of the day or the next morning. So I didn't wait till the morning. I wrote it last night because I was quite frustrated. So today I went and got a new government ID, and at the office, I I just talked with a friend before I did that, and he was telling me about these people that he met that lived under a bridge, and this one guy chose to go and live there. He made a lot of money, retired, but he chose to live amongst these homeless people to minister to them, not just go there and give them food, but actually sleep there with them. And he was handicapped, and my friend told me that every time it rained, he slept at the bottom, and these other people slept right up underneath the bridge close to the train tracks. And every time it rained, the water would run down and literally wash everything that he had away. So sometimes, your possessions can possess you. And my mom has a friend who twice had her house burned down in the last 10 years. And so when we think about that, we usually think of devastation. I mean, look at this. I love books. I mean, all these courses and books. If this all burned up, sure, I could get insurance money and buy all of it again, but just I value knowledge and wisdom, and so that would be a bummer to have to replace all these books. Nowadays, with Kindles, you can put it all on one digital device, but still, I mean, that's not a fun thought to think of almost all of your worldly possessions burning up. And so, hearing that guy's experience that every time it rained, everything that he had would get washed away, it really just helped me be more thankful for the many, many blessings we have that we take for granted. So I would encourage you, be thankful for things you have, even if when you're having those really frustrating days. I've been practicing gratitude to deal with frustration the last few days, and it really helps a lot. So last but not least, I want to share with you about this song. So I went and got a new government ID today, and um, I found out I have no father listed on my birth certificate. My mom didn't get my social security card until I was 7, and she actually put my birth father's name on that. Now, why that's surprising to me is, well, one, I was surprised that she didn't get it till I was 7, but right before I turned 7 is when my stepdad told me he would not adopt me. And so that was very crushing to me. I don't remember much of my life before age 7. My mom thinks it's because of that. It was so crushing to me. And she told me just a couple years ago the reason she divorced my stepdad was not because he caused her to miscarry my second brother. Um, it was because I was seeing him be so abusive to her that one day I was just punching her in the stomach and I wouldn't stop, even with her spanking me. And I was exhibiting a lot of characteristics of people who become serial killers, trying to kill animals, very violent behavior, mostly towards animals, not people. But in this one instance, when I wouldn't stop punching my mom, she realized that no matter how much goodness, biblical truth she made me memorize and focus on, she could not stop the influence of the abuse that I was seeing, and I was modeling the abuse that I was seeing from my stepdad. So I thought it was really interesting that in the midst of me shutting down, pretty much erasing my memory before age 7, my anger about that causing me to just punch my mom and not stop one particular day. Um, and that was what led her to finally file for divorce against my stepdad. um, it just really um, gave me a new perspective on. I think she was trying to help me feel like I belong to somebody. Putting my birth father on my birth certificate. Excuse me, on my social security card. And so um, I'd encourage you, no matter where you are, like you can do better. I've stayed married. That was my goal in high school, just stay married and give my kids stability. And I want to give my kids so much more than that. I have been way less abusive to my wife than my stepdad was to my mom, and yet I have been neglectful and I have not been purposeful enough in showing love to her. And so I want to encourage you, if you're a husband, seek to be really purposeful in how you love your wife and your kids, and don't just be content with doing better than your dad. Maybe they weren't as abusive as mine, um, but just seek to keep improving. As Joe Polish calls it, better your best. Joe Polish. So, in closing, the song that made me cry. I was listening to this song, and I've only cried, just for perspective, listening to songs. I think like 5 songs in my lifetime have made me cry. So 2 in high school, and then 3 songs over the last 4 years. 2 of them were by a gentleman by the name of Daniel Bashta. The songs were called Heaven and Potter's Wheel. You can check them out on YouTube. They're amazing. The song I was listening today is called Spirit Break Out. It's by a group called Jesus Culture. And part of the lyrics are, no, that wasn't Spirit Break Out. There's another song, Where You Go, I'll Go, Where You Stay, What You Say, Where You Stay, I'll Stay, What You Pray, I'll Pray. And the song is talking about Jesus trusting his Heavenly Father so much that he only went where his Heavenly Father led him. And I was visualizing in my mind what it would have been like to have a father that was loving, that wasn't abusive, that would have taken me by the hand and shown me how to have a great life. And just thinking of that visual and the contrast of that and what I experienced, and then my finding out that my mom put my birth date on my social security card today at 42 years old, it just all hit me, and I was crying, listening to this song, singing along with it, and my heart's desire is that I can be a dad that my sons trust that much, that they don't doubt my desire to guide them and not steer them in a wrong direction. And so I would encourage you, look to forgive whatever your earthly parents may have given you that you didn't want, or what they didn't give you that you wish you had. And I also want to encourage you, be very intentional with the legacy you're passing on to your kids, because we're all leaving a legacy. The question is, how intentional will it be, and how multi-generational ahead do you want to think? If you create new patterns of behavior, new ways of being, and your kids model those healthier things, you can be creating multi-generational legacies of more and more improvement, healthier and healthier relationships, more and more fulfilling relationships, acceptance instead of rejection, nurturing and love instead of abuse and neglect. So I hope that me sharing my experience today encourages you and inspires you to want to be better yourself. So I encourage you, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear your feedback. And yes, build a strong legacy today. So I have a free report called A Legacy Built to Last. You can get it at legacybuilders.co/JV. That's lowercase, the letter J and the letter V. So it's Legacy Builders with an S on the end, .co, no M, no, not .com, so it's legacybuilders.co/JV. When you go there, you can download my report PDF for free. And may it minister to you and empower your family greatly. God bless. Bye for now, friends.